Welcome back to another episode of CP Podcast. It's a CP Podcast where CP talks about the shit CP wants to talk about because it's CP's podcast. CP Podcast. Anyway, next to me, as always, the insatiably inquisitive, adventurous Maye.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah,
Very
you like
good.
that one?
Yes,
And then Amir is wearing purple today. It's not bright. It's still pretty dark, but I just, you know what you are, man. You're a mood ring. You know what I'm saying? And I look at you, I'll be like, all right, cool. So he feeling purple today. All right, it's gonna be a good day. What's going on, y'all?
I had a good September 11th. Did you have a good September 11th?
What kind of shit is that? I had a September 11th. I mean, I don't know if it was good. I mean, 9/11 is like, that's the day the world changed forever.
Yeah.
Like, literally, everything was different after that. Like, flying, like, just the overall. You used to feel invincible as an American. You just felt like, something's going on somewhere. And I think after that, the veil was lifted, and it was like, you just felt naked out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something different. Like, it wasn't as many mass shootings like that before 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that it really undid a lot of screws in people's heads. I mean, like, and we could really trace it back to that event of us coming out of Pleasantville, so to speak.
See, that's interesting because we celebrate September 11th every year.
Why?
It's a major holiday. It's 9/11. Do you want to see my new screensaver? My friend sent it to me. It's Jesus holding the Twin Towers. It's a sculpture of Jesus holding the Twin Towers.
You think Jesus give a fuck about them Twin Towers?
It doesn't matter. It's America. It's the most American picture in the whole world. Let me see. Amir.
What the heck? Is that real?
Sculpture.
It's a sculpture.
Is that a real? Somebody really did that?
I would be pissed off if I had family that died in the Twin Towers and then y'all showed Jesus holding the Twin Towers. Like, why the fuck weren't you holding the Twin Towers when those goddamn planes? Why didn't you, the planes passing, bitches? Jesus holding the goddamn Twin Towers. Man, I did a joke last night about why wouldn't God just get a single bitch pregnant with Jesus anyway? Like, why would he pick somebody's girl?
She was like 14, no? She was someone's
but
girl.
She was Joseph's girl. That's how embarrassing that is. You just ruined Joseph's whole life. He raising this magic ass baby. You know what I'm saying? Baby just taller than him and shit, and just like can do everything. Never cries. He tried to go make the baby a bottle. He come back, the baby got a full bottle because he can make his own food.
Hey man, the legend of Jesus got more and more for every generation. He was probably just a regular dude.
Yeah, he probably was a regular
Joseph's son.
dude who just had 12 homies. You know what I'm saying? And he was a bastard, which is crazy to think.
What was he?
Well, why wasn't he?
Just because the story says it. Because the story is based on a lot of other stories. He might have just been Joseph's son, and he was just impressive. And then they take these stories.
Why would God choose his baby mama to be this rego ass? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not create a God bitch?
Well, that's assuming that the story is real and true. Jesus doesn't have to be the Son of God for his message to be good, for it to be solid. Why can't he just be a regular guy? That's what I think. If there was a Jesus in real life, that he was a regular person. And then they added the story. Oh, also he's the Son of God. Oh, also virgin birth. Oh, also he turned water into wine. We don't have to do all this stuff for his message to be good.
No, I disagree.
I know that technically that's a heretical thing to say. But
I disagree.
You think God was like...
God does what the fuck he wants to do. I think God was like... Which is pretty sick. Because he made Mary. And he's like, you know what I like? Mary.
Then where was he during the Holocaust if he does what he wants to do? Where has he been? We haven't seen him. We have all these phones.
It's obvious that God can't fight. I mean, I don't know what else you need me to say. Like, he cannot fight. If you watch Avengers Endgame, I mean, we were losing. We were losing, flat out losing. And where was God?
All I'm saying is Jesus doesn't have to be magic for him to be important.
Yeah, he does. That's the whole point.
Why does he have to be magic for him to be important?
What are you talking about?
Because what he said is what he said. If we live by what he said, he doesn't have to be magic. A dude has to be magic for you to listen to him?
Yeah.
Why? Why can't you just listen to what he
What are you
got to
talking
say?
about? That was the whole thing was that he could do stuff. He did miracles. Miracles is magic. If you can't do miracles, then who are you? You're not Jesus. You're Jesus.
But they added that later. The Bible didn't get written for 70 to 100 years after.
So he didn't do the
Jesus.
miracles.
It doesn't matter if he did the miracle.
It don't matter who did the miracles.
I don't think he did the miracles.
Oh my God.
I don't think there were different laws of physics 2,000 years ago than there are now. But it doesn't mean that what he said and did isn't important.
How you know what the laws of physics was when nobody had TV?
Because the laws
Nobody
of physics
had
are the laws
video
of
games.
physics.
People was just focusing and meditating. You didn't know what you could do.
No,
When somebody had a big ass head, they be like, oh,
you can't break the laws of physics.
10% of a brain in a big ass head is like 17% of a brain in a regular person's head.
It's still,
If you had a big ass head back then, you could fly.
that's not true.
You weren't there.
The laws of physics are the laws of physics. But that doesn't mean what Jesus said wasn't important. Convincing people to be better people. And what Christianity did, which was put an end to a lot of the sacrifice.
That's just what poor people do. Poor people sit around and want people to be nicer to them.
Yeah.
People who rich be like, I don't give a fuck what everybody talking about. People could be, you know what I'm saying? But when you poor, you like, man, we need to get along.
But that Christianity was a religion for the poor, the meek.
Bingo. So what do you do when you're not poor anymore? You thank God and continue to be in this poor religion?
Well, if you should not let your money take over you. So that's what I get from the
But you
lesson.
said you letting your money, you letting your lack of money take over you. You letting your lack of money depict a religion. I'm just playing devil's advocate, but
no,
I'm
because
killing
you can the love of money is the root of all evil. So you can have
everybody
money.
say shit about loving money. I'm saying having money. You have money.
Yeah.
You're not poor anymore.
Okay. But I don't understand what this has to do with Jesus' message, because he preached
You just
against
said it
the
was a
love.
poor people's religion.
The meek shall inherit the earth. It was the religion for people who didn't have much money.
I don't want to be in a religion that is for poor people.
Well, it doesn't have to be for poor people. You interpret it however you want.
You
But
said.
really, it is also, you shouldn't lord your money and your power over other people. That's another great thing about Christianity. It's just don't lord your stuff over other
Nobody
people.
said anything about doing any of that. Just having it.
Okay, I don't think there's necessarily a problem in Christianity with having it, so long as you don't let it take over your life.
And I'm a Christian, right?
Oh, I don't mean to offend you, because I'll talk about anything.
No. Let me say this. I was raised Christian,
Okay.
right? I fuck with Christmas. Christmas is dope. Even though they made it not have shit to do with Jesus like that. I like getting stuff. Do you celebrate Christmas? Is it fun?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you're not a Christian.
I'm not a Christian.
Okay. I fuck with that.
The mystics go across religions.
Lambda strikes again. I am not a Christian. I am not. Technically not. Not.
I appreciate Jesus even if he didn't do any magic.
No. Fuck all that. If it's Cap and he didn't have no magic, that'll piss me off.
But then you could say you're not a Christian. You just go over to the best
I'm not saying
magician.
that. Dog.
So you're going to go to anyone who does magic tricks and you're going to follow them?
No. The whole point is that nobody in the world did magic tricks except Jesus. And if that's the case, then that's who I'm rocking with. But if Jesus didn't have any magic tricks and he died and never came back for real, and he's not coming back, I need to reevaluate some shit. And is that wrong to say?
Where is he? He hasn't come back.
What city do you have his tour dates? How you know he not back? He could be in Beirut. We don't know it.
Then if he came back, then there's no point of him coming back because there's no consequences for him coming back. So he's not magic. So he would fall within the regular.
Back is magic.
Well, we could all come back through reincarnation.
Well, yeah.
So we all come back.
But I don't think he come back to I imagine him coming back just as him, like, remember me? Come with me, my mama Mary.
Did you know about the Dead Sea Scrolls?
The Dead Sea Squirrels?
Dead Sea Scrolls.
Sea squirrels?
No, scrolls.
Oh, scrolls. I'm
Sorry,
like, man, they got some squirrels in the sea? Otters is what that is. Otters. The dead otters. But go ahead.
So the Dead Sea Scrolls, they found these scrolls.
That shit look fake.
They're not fake.
That shit look at it. It's perfectly raggedy. I hate when stuff is perfectly raggedy. Either have it be so crusty that it can't be read. Okay, yeah, like that up there.
So it's like a puzzle piece, and this is basically fragments they found in the desert. So the people, the tribe that Jesus came from, a lot of these like heretical tribes that were super far out, a lot of them just, suicided against the Romans. Basically, they found this in the 40s. So this is stuff that never made it into the Bible, which is probably more likely what Jesus actually believed and taught. It is very mystical.
This could be some letters a nigga was writing about some bullshit. This could be 2 songs. This could be the inside cover of a dog-ass album that came out. We don't know what the fuck.
No, they found it, and they and the non-commodity scriptures as well. So they found it and they translated it.
So of course they translated it. Jesus Christ, man.
Because it's in Hebrew.
I wonder how who is responsible for piecing that together? Because
Right.
I would quit.
I'm quitting right now.
Look at that, like, bruh. And then
Yeah.
you don't know how many more pieces are like out there or left, and you got to, hell no. I don't like doing puzzles as is, but this right here would be like another level of
A puzzle in an ancient language.
pieces have been weathered through who knows what.
Just
And we
in the
gotta
desert
trust
out there.
that you in them blue ass gloves is piecing together the world history. Come
Imagine
on.
you trying to put a piece together and it rip, and you just sitting there and everybody looking around like, oh, he did it, and you in trouble.
Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls and the non-commodity scriptures basically throw everything on its head because they decided on the Bible. Like a group of people decided which stories went into the Bible. It was a council. So it is kind of a conspiracy to make people believe what they wanted them to believe. And the stuff that didn't make it into the Bible has a lot to do with mystical things. It just didn't
Like
make
what?
it in.
Like what?
The Gospel of Thomas, for example.
Let's get into some of this cap.
So the Gospel of Thomas, it was in the non-commodity scriptures, which is 1945. It's very recent. So a lot of people, they say they read the Bible, which is fine, but what they're reading is what these people had put together. And I believe the Gospel of Thomas very specifically is more about, this is from memory, I got to go through this right now. Gospel of Thomas is more about getting in tune with yourself and more to do with mentalism. So this is the Gospel of Thomas. It's just stuff that didn't make it into the Bible. And right now we see this as magical thinking, but it's also very similar to Buddhism and so forth.
I just don't believe it.
Why don't you believe it? You should believe this more than the actual Bible.
No,
Why?
I don't.
Because some dude
No,
who
because
worked
there
for
was
King
no
James.
phones, there was no internet, and everybody knew Jesus.
Why? Who knew Jesus?
These motherfuckers who's in
These
Zoom,
were his friends.
I ain't never heard of nobody named Thomas. He one of the disciples.
He was one of the people that followed after.
Everybody your friend after you dead. This nigga lying. Man, Jesus is real cool, man. I did the little scrolls. Me, Jesus, my cousin Tony, We all went to the same middle school. Jesus said one time. Jesus said, "What do you say? Blessed is who becomes a blessed." Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You ain't know that, nigga.
So
Nobody
in the Bible knew Jesus. This is people who wrote it down years after he died and years after everybody who knew him died.
It's like a tale, essentially. Word of mouth.
Yeah, so these people are at least closely following the tribe that he was in. And he wasn't popular.
All I'm saying is cap. I don't believe it.
Okay, well, if you want to go and read the Nag Hammadi scriptures, and
We can read them.
this is one particular one, but the Nag Hammadi scriptures, where do we have them? So the Nag Hammadi library. It's separate from the Dead Sea Scrolls, but it's very similar. So, and then the Gnostics. And the Gnostic comes from Greek to know. Mm-hmm. So these are the mystics of the Christian world. And there are mystics of the Islamic world, and they understand spirituality in not so literal a sense. They understand it through knowing, and you can know through your body, and you can know through an experience where you are one with the all, which is different than just following a book, because it is different. If you are, let's say you're Christian and you're part of a church, mm-hmm. maybe you have a spiritual relationship with Jesus, but maybe you just go to church and go to the functions.
It's like a social thing.
But it's different because spirituality isn't necessarily a social thing.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That I agree with.
So the Gnostics, Islam has it, Buddhist traditions have it. Every tradition have these people, these shamanic people who actually touch the other side through different ways.
You'll see that Monique meme? She'd be like,
I'd like to see it.
I would like to see it.
When do you want to do the DMT? Let's talk about it. We do it next week. We can do it.
See, here go the thing with the DMT. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pussy. I feel
like that's valid.
That's true.
Here go the thing, man. I make a lot of money off of how the way that my brain is wired. I've come to understand myself and understand, what's different about me and what I need to accentuate to be able to be CP, right? I don't want to undo that with either deeper damage or healing that now would allow me to resent this side of myself as a lower vibrational, immature version of what my higher vibrational self would be. And for that reason, I am at this stage in my life afraid to step into that, because I know that what's waiting on the other side for me is absolute truth, that I'm going to change everything that I think once I figure it out.
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe. I don't think you're going to start resenting your former self, because how would you get to your future self if you weren't the way you are right now?
Gradually. I think that, it's like turning yourself in to prison, right? If they give you a, absolute date, you got to do it by this day. It's like, all right, cool. But up until then, I'm not going to do it on the first day available. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to chill. I'm about to smoke some more weed and, do free shit. And then I'm going to go in. And because I think that, like if I was in Game of Thrones, I'd be like a maester. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be one of them type of niggas who just, you know what I'm saying? Is all into the information and all of that. But the more you know, the more you grow. And sometimes growth is not fun. And if you understand how to manipulate this physical space, then you can understand how to accelerate, speed up, and slow down different growth spurts to kind of benefit you.
Yeah, I don't know if DMT affects that so much, because DMT is like 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes with the infinite. And a lot of it is just geometric patterns. It's kind of like you're swimming in a sea of color and movement and everything. Let me just see. I found something recently that is a visualization.
While you looking for that, I'm gonna shout out these CPs. What up, Miss Zuriel, E3, Day, Isaac Century, Cleaver G83, and Dream Girl Jess. What up though, y'all? What's going on, CPs? We got a lot of y'all in here. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Shit. Day, I hear what you're saying. Lose your mind and find your soul, CP. It's just like, man, you know, my mind is crazy. So that's what the DMT trip.
This is what it looks like. And so this is called Sierpinski's dream. And this is basically a Sierpinski triangle, which is fractals. And fractals is the underlying, as far as we know right now, the language of the universe is mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
So you do a Sierpinski triangle in 2D through a mathematical formula, and then it comes out like this. But in 3D, this is what it looks like.
This reminds me of like the screensavers on Windows back in the day.
Yeah, it's very similar. And so it makes you think, okay, are we in a simulation? So what is it? So it might mess with your head that like, oh, we're in a simulation, we're not in a simulation, jump out of simulation. But it's more beautiful than this because this is just one color. So there'd be many different colors and many things flowing and movements, and it goes along with the music very well.
It's like a trippy kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
You did it?
No, but I'm just saying, like, what I'm seeing here, that's what it reminds me of.
You know, this
But
reminds
low-key
me
did
of,
hurt my eyes.
you ever play Sonic 2?
Yes.
And then you go through the ring at the end, and then you got to go through that little
the
board.
bonus zone.
The bonus zone, yeah, where you're trying not to, you know
I was
what
thinking
I'm
the same shit too, yeah.
So it's crazy, and it does make you think that
That was Sonic 1, matter of fact.
like you see things coming. This was Sierpinski's dream. Merdad Grossi. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with him, but I liked the images. So fractals, fractal cube. That's what it looks like, and it makes you think. Okay, now I am seeing the fabric of the universe. But you jump out of it, you're like, oh man, that was crazy. But then 15 minutes later, you're like, I still have to drive. I'm still hungry. Like you can't live in this just because you know something doesn't mean you're like, oh, that's crazy. The universe is fractal and it speaks in numbers. And let me jump out real quick.
But see, I hear you. And I'm not gonna lie. You know, you sound like one of those kids on those commercials. Like, just do some drugs, man. Just do a little bit of drugs, man. Is your mom lame? Your mom goes to college. I hear you. My creativity comes from a very honest place. And if I honestly don't, if I answer too many questions at once, I know that I'm not going to be able to deliver from that honest place. You know, things become not important to me. My fans who know me knows, like, I've picked up and put down so many things because things become not important to me, and I would hate to lose what I love right now because, I'm not ready to graduate.
Yeah, and don't even worry about it.
But I will want to do it one day. Somebody might piss me off and be like, "Fuck it, let's DMT this bitch." You know what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
if it's a good idea to go into angry though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. A lot of it's not going to affect how you feel. Like mushrooms, that depends a lot on how you feel. Even acid to a degree, that depends on how you feel. DMT is just like, you're coming with me for 5 minutes. Whatever you feel is none of its business. Not even your business when
Do
you're
you
there.
see any dead people?
No,
If you did DMT in the funeral home, what do you think would happen?
I don't know, because I wonder how much of this matter thing is just another layer of our
Vibration.
understanding. Yeah. And so if you're in a funeral home, well, what does it matter?
What if you did DMT at a hospital? You would see all kind of souls coming and going.
I don't know if you would.
You don't know.
I don't know. I've never done it at a hospital before.
So maybe you should go do it in the hospital before you start trying to tell people to do it.
You wanted to do it, first off, and then you backed out this episode, which is okay. And no one ever has to do anything they don't want to do.
But no, here go the thing. I do want to do it. I'm not. I'll know when I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'll know when I'm ready.
You let me know. I've seen some weird stuff though, and that makes me like I'm very into this third dimension, but also I'm like my ear, I'm very cued by like, well, what's going on over there? Because I've been to different dimensions under it, man. It's crazy.
Maye, you are. I don't even. You just be dimension hopping.
It's dimension hop. It's 2022. Dimension hop. You have the right to dimension hop.
See, it'd be a fucked up high school when like the smart nerdy girls is giving you drugs too. Like you like, get away from me, guys, evil gangbangers. Then here come Maye like, dimension hop, dimension hop. You like, what the fuck, dimension hop? Like, man, god damn, I'm not safe, man. My poor little brain. I guess I'm gonna know more than I want to know eventually, huh? Damn, man. I guess it's just like, even with the slogan for the show, it's always the questions and never the answers. I think that, answers are kind of finite. That's the end. That's the end, the answer,
It's always shifting too.
Yeah, you see those big geniuses writing all that shit on the board, and, they be writing, and that's the dope shit. It's all of that. And they get up here like, 46. You be like, wow, that shit was 46? Oh.
It's only like, when I say that math is the language of the universe, every moment takes a lot of math, but then it wisps away, and then there's new math. It's always changing, always moving. It's like smoke. Like that smoke, the pattern for the smoke is super complicated math. The same thing with meteorology and how they predict hurricanes and stuff like that. But it's only for a minute, and then it wisps away into something else, something totally new. So if you can be in the moment, you can understand a lot more than understanding all that math.
Yeah, this is deep. This is deep, man. Just so you guys know, tomorrow, whenever you guys see this, tomorrow, I'm going to have the after show for this podcast. I'm going to do it on live on my caffeine. I might have to Zoom you in or something. You want to talk to the fans about this, because I think that this is something that, we're going to talk about it, because I might just do the DMT. I got to do more research. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be flying around inside no goddamn big ass graham cracker like you just showed me up there. And it's like, I'm in a graham cracker. However, you know what that reminded me of though? I did, when I first got my first dental surgery, I was like 6 or 7, and I had to get put under that gas. And they did something. I had like a cavity, or I had to get a fill-in or something crazy like that. I didn't get a lot of cavities, but I think I had 1 or 2. I had to get the little silver fill-in, like a little ghetto baby. Like, I used to show niggas, I got a grill in the back, but it was just a little silver fill-in. But I was put under that gas, and I remember like flying over colors and like flying over like rivers of like rainbow almost, and then being back. And I remember I was so embarrassed, because I was like, it's radical. my dentist was white, and I was like, why the fuck did I say that? I was just high and went back to the hood. I didn't tell my niggas in the hood I said that, but I was like, it's radical. I didn't even know what the fuck that meant, radical, but whatever. Anyway, I was young. Like single digit A, that's my excuse. I would never say no shit like that now. I know how to ride my high out. But the point I'm trying to make is that I was watching The Simpsons, and Lisa had to get gas, and she went under, and her shit looked exactly like my shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I wonder if that's like, like she was like flying over the colors, and that's exactly how I felt. And I was like, man, I wonder if that is, that kind of made me feel like we're all having these similar reactions to these drugs, which is good, because we all could be each other's control group.
Yeah, and we're all more alike than we like to admit.
Right. Yeah. People with big ass heads. People with big ass heads, man. Like my head ain't little. You know, I'm looking at my head on the screen right now. But people with big ass heads, you be like, yo, what's in there?
Sometimes it's water. We talked about that
Yeah,
last week.
sometimes it's water. Ain't that crazy? They be like, man, y'all hear that splashing? Everybody like, no.
Tell him to do some jumping jacks.
But he was smart, right?
He was super smart.
Waterhead little boy. Ooh, if he got shot in the head, it'd be so much juice.
Why would you say that?
What?
Why would you say it so?
What?
There would be a lot of juice.
There would be so much juice.
You just gave Maye like a terrible visual.
Why? Why would you think about shooting somebody in the head?
You didn't think that when you saw the water?
No.
You didn't think somebody popped this nigga head?
I never thought that.
Damn.
I just thought, well, he's got a lot of water on his head.
Yo, what the fuck be wrong with me? Because I asked Brennan about would he stick his dick inside a dolphin's blowhole. And he's like, man, you know how strong that blowhole is? And I was like, I don't know if you just deterred me or infuriated the thirst. But what I really asked was if we had blowholes, would we start putting our dicks in our women's blowhole? And I feel like, I don't know. Amir said yes.
Yep.
Because we would just eventually just start doing it. You know what I'm saying?
It's all these other things. It's like, well, when it comes to that, it's
If it could
bad
fit.
because it's like if it can fit, dog, niggas gonna do it, bro. Like that's the thing. If it can fit, they gonna do it.
If
Because
it
it's like
can
all this
fit,
other stuff. It was like,
yeah.
all right, if the way we're supposed to recreate is like this, and they was like, what if I did this?
We need to start. I'm sick of MMA, human on human. We need to start fighting animals.
We were
They
gonna
used
lose.
to. They used to. The Romans used to fight animals.
Yeah.
The gladiator games. They would go because they didn't have. They were messed up, and that was their concept of a zoo. They would go
Entertainment, yeah.
grab all these animals and bring them, and the people would fight them.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
know, a
Christians
lot of people
got
died.
fed. Yeah.
Oh, of course a lot of people died. A lot of animals ate good. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they wouldn't let them eat them, but they probably rip some necks off. You get you a quick neck, that's a snack.
I think they let them eat them.
They had
No.
no choice. What the fuck you gonna use to stop? So imagine if it was a bear or some shit, right? And they out there with a bow or some shit, like maybe a knife or something. You got to get close first. So it's like, what you gonna do to a bear? I mean, it's obviously more of y'all than the bear supposedly. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Here's
Like,
what
it's a
I would
game
want
or
to
some
do.
shit
I
like
would
that.
I would take a knife, take my knife,
Are you gonna throw it?
and throw it. And then you fuck around and don't stick in the bear.
Or hit
just,
the hand part.
just hit the bear like, and then it fall off his chest. And then I'm gonna run.
Where are you gonna run? You're in a Colosseum.
You ain't gonna outrun that bear.
You're in a circle. There's no one.
I was in the Colosseum too. I was like the
that's what they
bull,
do.
like when the people be running away from the bull.
You gotta
Yeah,
be
the
strategic. I'm
bulls.
gonna run through different shit to make him bite that. Like run everybody's lion, and then now the lion and the bear fighting. I'm over here like buying some time.
Yeah. I mean, there were no cameras back then, so we don't know exactly what happened. Maybe.
Well, depending on how watery them niggas' heads was. You imagine a bear bite your head and just be juice, and everybody, oh!
I can imagine being in the crowd, like, yeah, we finna watch this man die.
Oh man, yeah, yep. Especially if
That was just normal for them. Savages for real.
A lot of them went to the chariot races.
I've heard about that.
Some people were at the Colosseum, and some people were at the chariot races.
the chariot races, they would just go racing around,
just racing around.
but they could kill each other off the chariots, right? Like they bump each other and they fall.
You might die from a chariot race.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
you
Hey,
die.
'cause they're using horses, right?
Yeah, horses.
Yeah, horses don't. Once they get going, bro. It's
Yeah,
hard to
horses
stop them.
don't stop. They keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You could lose your life and they're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
on.
No,
Why
absolutely.
not risk life when it's gonna keep going? Can we do a dub? Killer rap nigga get a dub.
Sure. What do you want? What do you want, Dub?
I don't know. I want a killer rap nigga get a dub.
That chariot shit crazy though, for real.
Yeah,
Imagine you just chilling, your seat break. you bare ass
And
on
you
the
fall.
ground.
No,
Yeah.
imagine you sitting up there and then the chair break and now your legs is up, your hands up, and you don't even know where the horses is going. And then, oh man,
You getting dragged, yeah, you definitely fuck around and die.
killer rap nigga get a dub. This
That's
film is
funny.
from Pellinger. This looks like it's about to be disturbing, man. Yeah, I don't want
The television commercials.
Yeah,
This
these-
is Pillsbury cake mix.
You didn't know what color the cake was. Look at them black and white. Yeah, who would watch this? Look at these kids running around acting like they about to eat that gray cake.
It's not great.
It's a gray cake.
This reminds me of that Timmy Turner episode.
It's an old gray ass cake, man. Get out of here. Try our nice buttercream gray cakes.
Happy birthday.
What? That is like somebody putting candles in an asshole. I didn't know what that was. I thought that was an asshole.
That cake looks good.
That cake looks fucking from the 40s.
Hey, that shit look like a snow cone.
Yeah, that shit look crazy. Look at it.
That looks like tasty cake. You are
Damn,
hating.
see what I'm saying? Why would they have her deep throating them fingers like that? She was tearing them fingers up. Get this shit out of here, man. In the 40s. She went from the knuckle to the tip. All right, let's go to another. Hi, my name's Johnny. Hi, I'm a regular little white. No, okay, let me stop. Jesus Christ, what am I doing?
It's still Pillsbury? What is this?
Is this still
This man got
Pillsbury?
like Wizard of Oz fit on or something.
Turn this evil shit off. This is evil.
It's evil. Okay,
Evil.
let's go to the 70s when they had color.
No, go to 90s.
Oh, the 90s.
90s TV. Not commercials. You want to go all back to when America was great again. Maye, you be scaring me. You be like, yeah, look at the 40s. Look at some cakes.
America. Well, this is what I was going to talk to you about before we got into the Jesus thing.
What?
Is that 9/11 was our generation's JFK. Because
No, our generation JFK was Kobe. Hello.
No.
Are you serious? Like, come on.
the CIA may have, someone in the government killed Kennedy. And that was like their prince. That was the prince of the 50s. And then they were like, someone can just take our prince. So basically, 9/11 for us was what JFK was for our grandparents, I guess.
My grandparents didn't give a fuck. My grandparents.
I think they did.
Nah, they was more worried about Martin Luther King and Malcolm
They say
X.
MLK for sure.
But JFK was really supportive of black people. They cared a lot about JFK.
Yeah, that's why TV in the 90s. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
Ooh, right there. No, 90s TV nostalgia channel surfing. Yes. And we're going to write back after this message. I'm going to say, so what happened? Why are your hair pieces? So I got this book right here that talks about all the hair pieces.
I knew it was
It's going to
Trump.
be great. It's going to be great. The book is going to be great. You talk about the things and the hair pieces and grab a woman by the pussy. Talk about that. I never grabbed a woman by the pussy. I grabbed a woman by with their crotches. Well, it was great. What I did, the numbers of the pussies that I grabbed were amazing. Immaculate. Little pussies, bigger pussies. Hairy pussies, gear pussy. I know you're looking at me right now, wondering if I would grab your pussy and take it down for a nice ride and take you down through there, Barbara. I would. You're old looking now, and this is the 1920s, and I would still take you down through there, everywhere in my constituency. Welcome back to another wacky world of Metaverse.
Vaporwave stuff.
Oh, I thought this was like a real. All right, go just like fast forward. Yeah, there we go. Looking around. Niggers! Ugh, getting prepared. Ugh. You think I'm not a vampire? I'm a fucking vampire and I like beer. Beer, I tell you, beer. Beer and mustaches. America. That's what I see. And is that for the back? Oh, he smacked the shit out of that ball. It's going back further and further. Oh, set your VCRs to 12. That ball's out of here. Home run into the mullet section. into the mullet section of the Yankee Stadium. Oh, these nerds are loving it. Yeah, tank top and cigarette.
USA up all night. I know the music that's playing in here gotta be probably crazy.
Oh, you know it gotta be crazy. But we can't do it for dub purposes. Cause this is a dub. Kill a rap nigga, get a dub. How's it going? Walking niggas, I don't give a fuck about your craze. In other news, white people are just walking in people's houses. Oh, are we on? I don't believe you. Ron Burgundy here letting you know that, huh? We're on? Oh, shit. All right. Ron Burgundy here letting you know that there is actually a hamster on the loose in downtown Slovenia. That's right, Slovenia. The hamsters are running around, biting children in their ankles. If your ankles stink, these hamsters are apparently more attracted to you and they are coming to get you. People on the nose and on the site have said that people are getting bit by these hamsters who have stinky ankles. Back to you in the studio, on the street, for more on this. Now I'm going to say something else to you, too. I'm also quitting my job. I'm going to start doing a show called Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, Elian.
How you doing? How
Oh, wait,
you
no,
doing?
that's not Elian Gonzalez at all.
Yep, see, shut your racist ass up. See?
That's Saddam Hussein.
You don't shake my hand? She said, "Oh, Elian." That's somebody completely different.
I was just like,
Elian.
baby.
So you tell me right now, huh? Yeah, man. Kill the vibe, swing that girl. Get out now. I'm not getting out of shit. Are we getting a divorce?
These hairstyles is crazy.
Bye. Come with me. Come with me. Let's fly to the future. Ain't no future in here. Oh, but it's bitches. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a freak. I'm a freak. Yeah, smoke me a cigarette. Look back. No, these baseball cards. This was an exciting commercial in the 90s.
Long John Silver's.
Look at the CGI. Oh, man.
That fish looked terrible.
That shit looked horrible.
Yo, they had it on the paper
That shit
plate.
looked so dry.
They had it on the paper plate. That's
And them
what's
hush
killing me.
puppies.
Long John Silver's.
Open the basement. There's a nigga down there with socks on his head. Get him! Shot man.
Dark Man.
Liam Neeson.
That wasn't Liam Neeson, was
Yeah,
it?
I said Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ben Stiller told me I looked like him and I had a big potato chip head. I let it the Pringle man. And so we frying it in this oil right here. 85% of it coming in, and then another 40% coming in. We frying in that oil too, foreign oil. So we fry our chips in. That's why they're not baked no more. That's why they fried me from Pringle, because the chips was baked. Now, I'm telling you right now, two different. Fact line is the Pringles are. I like Pringles either way, fried or baked.
Oh, I can imagine what they're actually talking about in here.
You ain't talking about-
Get the Oreo. We get the Oreo from over there.
Well-
This is because they talk about consumption. This had to be like Bush era.
That's why I stopped doing Baywatch and I just started doing these speeches. You know, I look around in this room and I see guys look like me, long battery heads, look like John Arbuckle from Garfield. And I look around and I look like Superman a little bit. Superman embalmed Christopher Reeves a little bit. And, you know, I'm very... and I'm done.
Okay.
Guys, this has been another episode of the CP Podcast. We don't solve shit because that's not our job. We have questions. That's it. It's always the questions, never the answers. I might do DMT. I might not. I'm CP. I'm out of here. This is Maye, Samir. Come to a computer near you. Not the computer you come on. You need to step back when you're masturbating on your computer so you don't come on your computer near you. We're coming to a computer near you. Anyway, I'm out of here.